Yelling at people. In conversation, emotions can manifest themselves into the verbal. Just about any altered way of talking is due to a response by way of who we're talking to, what we're talking about, and so forth. But this blurb is going to focus on something we might want to try and avoid for the most part, and that is yelling. There are those out there who are just naturally loud people, and that's just the way it goes. We all know a few of these folks. It's not worth trying to analyze or fix that outside of a movie theater. No. Beyond that, there really are two main reasons why somebody might yell at another outside of raising their volume to be heard from a distance. So, onward we go with the first reason, being angry. When a person is upset or angry, they might raise their volume to project their aggression. Be it deliberate or involuntary, the idea here is that if they are loud and snarling, they mean to control the mood and direction of the topic in such a way as to make the listener feel intimidated, or at least very acutely aware of the situation. The problem is, though, is that the substance of what is being said takes a distant second place to the attitude of the exchange. Yelling at somebody out of anger only invokes the listener's response to the fact that they're being yelled at, instead of a response to what is being communicated. Some people get defensive and yell back, and that's not helpful. Some people get quiet and they shut down, also not helpful, since just because they're absorbing the verbal tirade doesn't mean that they're really listening, or doing anything but just waiting for it all to come to an end. And then, of course, you have those of us who see the frothing of the mouth, the face turning color, the eyes popping, and can't help but hide a little snicker under our breath, which I'm afraid makes those situations so much worse. Believe me. Instead, let anger be communicated in what you say, and the tone in how it's being said. The whole business will be far more effective if it's being given at a volume that doesn't alter people's ability to understand you. Next is during a debate. When a debate gets spicy, even a friendly, casual one, the volume of one of the speakers, or both of the speakers, can perpetuate louder and louder until it mutates into a shouting match. And to refer back to what we just discussed, most of the time, this doesn't even mean it's an angry debate. It just gets loud. The point is, in this instance, the reason for the raised volume is often due to the speaker feeling that their point is being lost, or is even being bested by their counterpart. And so the speaker supplements confidence in what they're saying for volume, and will try to talk over or talk through their debate opponent. I would love to dive us deeper in debate tactics, and I think we should actually do that someday. But for here and now, I would only tell you that the appearance of a calm, cool, and collected speaker carries far more water with their argument than yelling over top of someone. If you're faced with somebody who's starting to shout during a debate, keep a mental bookmark to track where it is you left off before things got out of hand. One easy tactic is to try and direct the debate back to that point by outwardly asking the other person to cool their jets, to settle down. If that doesn't work, well, that person wasn't likely interested in what you had to say anyway, and it should be enough to know that they are likely signaling to you that they aren't as informed as they've claimed, thus demonstrating that their listening skills and confidence in what they say is weak sauce. Around the internet, there are a number of videos out there that show people at the apex of a silly debate, yelling and shouting at each other over really mundane topics. They're funny. The people in them are mocked and laughed at in the comment sections as to how worked up they are over a simple discussion. I mention this only as something to keep in mind for the next time you find yourself in a heated debate at the pub, or at a party, or at the, dog park. There are lots and lots of other reasons why people holler and yell at each other, and they too are worth discussing, but really, these are the two most prominent, and to me the most fixable within ourselves. So be aware of your own volume the next time you want to unload on somebody, and you really want to be heard. As for the debate side of things, the calm, cool, and collected path might not have that demolishing effect you seek on your opponent, but it keeps the judgment of your argument focused on the content and not its delivery. Modulate your volume, people. We can hear you.